In case you haven't figured this out, Boomerang, a senior moments musical, is a parody on aging, which unfortunately we can all relate to. Let me just explain a little bit about the Friends of the Greens. This is our first show. This basically is a nonprofit organization strictly devised and created to put on theatrical performances to raise money for charities. Okay, we're very happy to say that this year we will be donating all our proceeds to the Alzheimer's Association. So, and of course, you know, doing this really is just keeping in line with what a good friend of mine did 12 years ago, and that's Jane Rosen, when she started putting on theatrical productions for charitable causes. So we are carrying on in her image, and we love you. So even though, when it comes to aging, we cannot really stop that journey, but what we can do is embrace it, we can accept it, and hopefully find a little humor in it. And that's what we plan on doing for you this evening. So if you don't mind, if you can please silence your phones and sit back and enjoy the journey. Do you realize that the only time in our lives when we want to get older is when we're kids?
If we're younger than 10, we speak in fractions. How old are you? I'm 4.5. Nobody ever said they were 72.5. Then you become a teenager, and there's no stopping you. You bump it up a year or 2 or 3. How old are you? I'm going to be 16. You may only be 13, but yeah, you're going to be 16.
And then the greatest day of your life, you become 21. Even the words sound like a ceremony. Dun, da, da, da. You become 21. Yes! But then you turn 30. Sounds like bad milk. She turned. We had to throw her out. There's no fun in that. You're just a sour dumpling. What happened? What's changed? You become 21, you turn 30, blech, and then you're pushing 40. Whoa, wait a minute, somebody turn on the brakes.
Then, before you know it, you make 50. And you're getting a little nervous. But wait, you become 60. And you didn't think you would. By this time, you have put on so much speed, you wind up hitting 70.
After that, it's a day-by-day thing. You're getting into your 80s, like you get into a car now. Oh, you're getting into a car. And then it's a complete cycle. You hit bedtime. You reach the morning. You go for a walk. It's the same thing day by day. And it doesn't get any better because when you get to 90, you start going backwards.
Then a strange thing happens. If you're lucky enough to make it to 100, you become a little kid again. I'm 100.5.
So just remember, it's all a vicious cycle. Age is just a number.
And mine is unlisted.
Good morning, everyone. Walk right in and sit right down. The doctor will be seeing you soon.
Oh, Walk right in, sit right down. Doctor will be seeing us soon. Walk right in, sit right down. Then it won't be until noon. Everybody's talking about a new way of walking. You can really lose your mind. Walk right in, sit right down. Doctor will be seeing us soon.
Good morning, Karen. How are you feeling today?
Well, not so great. I don't know. I can't do the things I used to do these days without paying big time. I mean, my acid rock is taking the place of acid reflux. Yesterday, I ate too much at the Chinese buffet. When I stood up, I knew right away I should have had the fish fillet. Now today, acid reflux just won't go away. A Prilosec will save the day. I'll wash it down with Chardonnay. I'll wash it down with Chardonnay.
Very good.
Good morning, Bob. Are you ready to go to the exam room? Follow me, please.
Slow down, you move too fast. Lot of in past. Got a zone in my left knee. Do, I'm past 60. Hello, boomers, how you feeling? Would a short nap be appealing? I've been up since 3:30. Do, I wish I were 60.
Good morning, Jill.
Good morning.
You have an appointment with Dr. Buttman, right?
That's right.
I'm sorry, he's running a little behind.
He always is. You know, today there are so many new and wondrous medical procedures, some not so pleasant, like long and winding scope that leads to my back door. That camera up my ass is something I abhor. Don't make me drink that stuff again. I gagged on it before.
Very nice.
Good morning, Anita. And what is your problem today?
Well, I'll tell you how I feel. I feel shitty. Oh, so shitty. It's a pity how shitty I feel. It's a cannot believe I'm real. Got arthritis and bursitis, and my thick hair's a thing of the past. That cystitis has me running to the bathroom fast. No more plane trips, and my nose drips, and my couch has become my best bud. I admit it, I'm becoming an old fuddy-dud.
Good morning, Helen. Would you please step on the scale?
I hate going to the doctor's office. All they want to do is put you on the scale. How much do you weigh? How tall are you? What is this, Weight Watchers?
You know, Helen, it's very important to have checkups. Remember what happened to your friend Ellen?
Ah, yes. Poor Ellen. Ellen's a pygmy. She used to be 5'7" or right in that range. Till she went through the change. Then she had told us she's 4'2" and continues to grow in reverse. What is this curse? Osteoporosis. How does she reach the shelf? Osteoporosis. Why is she now an elf? I look at all your shrinking people. I look at all the shrinking people.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dr. Mackenzie told her to strengthen her bones or she might hear some cracks. Now she takes Fosamax, picked up some calcium, purchased the chewable kind because pills make her choke. When she chewed it, her jaw broke. Heard she should work out. Went to the gym to lift weights with her new trainer, Bob, but could not reach the doorknob. She now lives in Texas and rats up her hair just to give her some much-needed height. Not a great sight, osteoporosis. How does she reach the shelf? Osteoporosis. Why is she now an elf?
Blame it all on my jeans. I'm showered and clean, going to a big time affair. I'm ready to go, but she says no. You got too much eyebrow hair. She starts to tweeze and says, hold still please, but it hurts when you get up in there. I know I look like a Bigfoot replica, but I don't care, 'cause I got hair in weird places, and I'm not big on manscaping my nose away. I did it last May. I'm not big on razors that are meant to shave in private places. I got hair in weird places. Will you leave me alone? I'm trying to do a show here. When I was 21, I thought I was done growing the hair that's on me. I'm twice past 40, and oh lordy, I'm going through werewolf puberty. with hair on my nose and hair on my toes. It's starting to grow in my ear. And I won't show you, but honey, it's there. I got a lot more on my rear. Oh, I got hair in weird places, and I'm not big on manscaping my nose away. I did it last May. I'm not big on fancy razors that are meant to go in private places. I got hair in weird places.
Try and remember the kind of September when life was oh so slow and mellow. Try to remember the kind of September when grass was green and grain was yellow. Try to remember the kind of September when you were a tender and callow fellow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow. Try to remember when life was so tender that no one wept except the willow. Try to remember when life was so tender and dreams were kept beside your pillow. Try to remember the kind was so tender and love was an ember about to billow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember, although you know the snow will follow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember, without a hurt, the heart will hollow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember the fire of September that made you mellow. Deep in December, our hearts should remember and follow. Follow, follow, follow.
Hi there. I know some of you must wonder how I always stay this upbeat. But there are times that I do get down a bit, And I'm going to share a little secret with you and tell you what I do. Botox and nose drops and needles for knitting, handrails and walkers and new implant fittings, bundles of magazines all tied up with string. These are a few of my elderly things. When the pipes leak and the bones creak and my knees go bad, I simply remember my elderly things, and then I don't feel so bad. Hot tea with crumpets and corn pads for bunions. No spicy hot food or food cooked with onions. Bathrobes and heating pads and hot meals they bring. These are some more of my elderly things. When there's back pain and confused brain and we're shrunk in frames, I simply remember my elderly things, and then I don't feel so bad. Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. For it's hard, you will find, to be narrow of mind if you're young at heart. You can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams. And life is more exciting with each passing day. And love is either in your heart or on its way. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, look at all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part: you have a head start if you are among the very young at heart.
That is a hard act to follow. You got Beauty and the Beast. There was an old man, and he thought that his wife was having some hearing issues. So he called up her doctor to make her an appointment. The doctor said, listen, I can't see her for like 2 weeks. But in the meantime, I would like you to try this simple test and report the results back to me. Talk in your normal tone, stand about 40 feet away, and ask her a question. If she doesn't respond, go to 30 feet, then 20 feet, then 10 feet, and if need be, just go right behind her. So that night, the wife is in the kitchen cooking dinner. The husband is in the living room. He says, I'm about 40 feet away. All I have to do is talk in my normal tone. Let's give it a shot. Honey, what's for supper? No response. So he goes to the other side of the living room about 30 feet away. Honey, what's for supper? No response. Now he's getting a little irritated. He goes in the hallway, about 20 feet away. Honey, what's for supper? No response. 10 feet down the hallway to the entrance of the kitchen. He can actually see her. Honey, what's for supper? No response. He enters the kitchen, stands right behind her. Honey, what's for supper? The wife turns around, looks at him, and says, for the 5th and final time, chicken!
I can't do better than that. Just once in a lifetime, a man knows a moment, one wonderful moment, when fate takes his hand. And this is my moment, my once in a lifetime, when I can explore a new and exciting land. For just in my lifetime, I feel like a giant. I soar like an eagle, as though I have wings. For this is my moment, my once in a lifetime. And though it may be just once in my lifetime, I'm gonna do great things. For just in my lifetime, I feel like a giant. I soar like an eagle, as though I have wings. For this is my moment, my destiny calls me. And though it may be just once in my lifetime, I'm gonna do great things. Thank you.
Before I moved to the Greens, I had my own house. I lived with my wife, my kids, a dog. You know, nobody ever told me, you can't plant a tree over here. You can't plant a bush over there. You can't plant flowers. And if you run the stop sign at the corner, you're going to be fined $50. Oh, my God. And there was no speed bumps in front of my house either. And then, I grow older. I moved to the Greens. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like the Greens. I've lived here a long time. I like it. But boy, it took a while to get used to the rules they have here. For one thing, those speed bumps. They got speed bumps, speed humps, and speed tables. And they are all over the place. And they're they enforce themselves because if you go over them a little bit too fast, you're liable to lose some fillings out of your teeth, That's tough. But my solution to that is, because there's a lot of people who still, they go over the speed run real slow, and then they speed to the next one, and they speed over that. They got to make up for the time they lost going over the speed bump. But I think if you painted all of those bright yellow speed bumps the same color as the pavement, nobody would see them. And then every time they hit a bump, they'd hit the ceiling of the roof of the car. And after that, people would drive slowly, 5, 10 miles an hour. What a peaceful community this would be. And you know what? Maybe we wouldn't need so many stop signs. We got stop signs all over the place. And there's a hard, fast rule on stop signs. If you don't come to a complete stop, a complete, absolute stop, you can be fined $50. And that's for the first offense. You do it again, you'll pay more. Now, what they're going to do, they're going to be installing cameras that are going to take pictures, videos of violators, of their license plates. Hey, I lost a lot of money on the stock market. I don't want to have to be paying $50 every time I go slightly through through a stop sign. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I had a birthday party recently. I was 90 years old. And, yeah. It ain't worth it, please. But, so this is for a commemorative, you hang it up on the wall. There's a nice, this Artie Orser lives here. He made this for me. But where this is going to go now is on the back of my car. It's going to go over my license plate. And so when they take a picture of me, if I happen to slowly go through a stop sign, they take a video of me, and then they're back, whoever these guys are, they're taking videos, and they're saying, we got $50 for this guy, $50 from somebody else. Who the heck is 410? They'll never get me. It will be the perfect crime. But just don't tell anybody, okay? Now, my other comment about this place is, I've gotten notices, an email, Life at the Greens. They say, be sure you clean up after your dog. Clean up after your dog. Now, I don't know how you enforce that. I see people walking with their dog. They have a little plastic bag with them. I don't know whether they ever use it or not. But I have a suggestion. I think that the HOA should take it very seriously. They should put a phosphorescent substance in all of the dog food. Then at night, this place would light up like Disney World. You could turn off all the street lighting. The HOA would save a fortune on their electric bill also. And as an added bonus, if you're out walking at night, you'd know exactly where not to step. Oops, here we go. Thank you.
Midnight, I wake up and remember that I left my car running. Now my battery's dead. Where the hell did I put my keys? Oh, look where they fell. Underneath my king-size bed. Memory, what became of the short term? I remember the old days. I was sharper back then. If I eat fish and do the crosswords every day, well, my brain cells grow again. I could swear I put those tickets right here in my wallet. Now I'm late. I thought the show starts at 8. I wrote it in my whatchamacallit. Damn, what did I walk in this room for? Maybe when I was younger, I took too many loos.
Where's that ginkgo biloba that I picked up today? Oh, I left it at Whole Foods. What the heck is that guy's name? He sings with me in choir. Guys, did I turn both of my burners off? Or is my house on fire? Shoot me, put me out of my misery, or just leave me to wander the Greens parking lot. If they ask, you can say, I once had a memory too. What was the question? I forgot.
Thanks for the memories. It was so long ago. We were young, you know. I said yes in my white dress, and we were all aglow. How lovely it was.
Thanks for the memories of Sunday afternoons, singing Randy's tunes, Penny's trips on sailing ships, and oh, our honeymoon.
How lovely it was. We both worked hard for our home and family. I must admit it wasn't always fun, but time and time again we would get through it. I must confess we have been blessed.
Thanks for the memories of candlelight and wine, castles on the Rhine, Rome and Paris, and those evenings on the Hudson Line.
How lovely it was.
So thanks for the memories. We made our dreams come true. I'm glad they were with you. We made a life as man and wife, and oh, how I love you. So thank you so much.
I can't remember when you weren't there, when I didn't care for anyone but you. I swear we've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we missed. I can't imagine anything the two of us can't do. Through the years, you never let me down. You turned my life around. The sweetest days I've found with you. Through the years, you never were afraid. I've loved the life we made, And I'm so glad I stayed right here with you through the years. I can't remember what I used to do, who I trusted, whom I listened to before. I swear you taught me everything I know. Can't imagine needing someone so, but through the years it seems to me I need you more and more. Through the years, through all the good and bad, I know how much we had. I've always been so glad to be with you through the years. It's better every day. You kissed my tears away. As long as it's okay, I'll stay with you through the years. Through the years when everything went wrong, together we were strong. I know that I belong right here with you through the years. I never had a doubt. We'd always work things out. I learned what life's about by loving you through the years.
Have some coffee? Fuck you, dear. I'm so excited, girls. I have a special date tonight.
With a cucumber, honey? I think it's time you join Match.com.
No, silly. The cucumber's for my eyes. I hear it reduces puffiness.
Really? Who knew? Ah, I wonder if it works on thighs.
I don't need it on mine.
Who are you going out with anyway?
Harry again.
Mr. Again? I don't think I know Mr. Again. I never met him. What kind of name is that? Maybe Hungarian?
Rose, his first name is Harry. His last name is Not Again.
Ah, I got it now. Mr. Not Again. Irish.
Blanche, you're going through all the single men in the greens like COVID. You're going to wear yourself out. You're not a spring chicken anymore.
God, I hope so.
Ooh, I wish I was a spring chicken.
Oh, me too. I don't remember the last time I was plucked. You know, we were in the teacher's lounge the other day with all the 25-year-old girls, and they were so pretty. At that age, you don't have to be pretty to be pretty. Just have to be breathing. We were laughing and having such a good time. I forgot I was older until I got into the car, adjusted my rearview mirror, and saw this older woman looking back at me. I didn't even recognize her.
Who was it?
Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, wow. Did you get her autograph? Dorothy, I borrowed your earrings. I wish I had time to get an emergency facelift.
Tell us more about Harry. I'd like to hear that, Blanche.
He really is the perfect man. He has all his teeth. He chews with the food on the inside of his mouth. And his hair is on top of his head, not growing out of his ears.
I'll admit, at this point, those things are right up there with intelligence.
And just between us girls, he's still interested.
Really? In what?
Quantum physics, Rose.
Hi, pussycats. I got a cheesecake and a great story. Who's that?
Sophia, it's me, Blanche.
Ah, so it is. You look like a prostitute. What'd you put your makeup on with a spatula?
Oh, Sophia, the things you say. Oh my goodness, that's awful. Blanche, don't listen to her. She didn't mean that.
Of course I did. Now let me tell you about the cheesecake. A new bakery opened up, and the owner's a busybody, and he said one of Blanche's kind moved in.
My kind, Sophia? What, pray tell, is my kind?
You know, a floozy. He says she gets more traffic than the southern state in rush hour.
At this point, I am through with dating.
You know, me too. Who needs that aggravation?
Not me.
Well, girls, I wasn't going to say anything, but Harry has 3 friends and they're all interested.
Give us 15 minutes. I'm wearing
Wow.
I'll give it a whirl.
Oh, do I have time to cucumber my thighs?
Oh.
No lights, you can't see. What's become of us? 53 years together. And we've gone from running marathons to barely walking a mile around the greens. You used to go from surfing to scuba diving. Now it's from internist to specialist. Every day's a medical report. Hips, knees, back, and other body parts that are not working as they should. You went from a macho stud to an alta caca dud.
Look at me, I'm falling apart here, piece by piece, bone on bone, bulging discs, can't hear, can't see, and I can't pee. You need a doctor? People here are like walking medical directories. Each one will tell you that their doctor is not only good, but the top man and the absolute best.
Then they proceed to show you how they used to be verbrochen, verkrochen, and now they're perfect, pain-free. The bragging doesn't stop with the best doctor, but the best hospital. Worth the trip to the city, HSS. And then the big question, does the doctor take Medicare? Why pay for a doctor when they rather pay for a decorator who could transform their house into an untouchable museum?
Did you ever see the kitchens here? Wall-to-wall stainless, untouched by human hands. High-end appliances, just for looking, but never for cooking. Who's got time to cook when you got Mahjong and canasta, with a little lunch date in between? Eating out is cheaper. You got your early bird special, you throw in your senior discount, coupons and Groupons, and now you're in restaurant heaven.
You know, when we first got married, I would say to you, honey, I'm going to bed, and you would be off the couch in a flash after me like a hound dog. Fast forward to the same scenario today. First of all, you can't hear a word I'm saying because you're stretched out on the couch, shirtless and snoring that could wake up the dead. I don't know when you grew all that hair on your chest, but it's like a cross between a chia pet and a silverback gorilla. And the sounds coming out of you. I don't know what the hell you eat. God forbid I should wake you.
When we were newlyweds, any cozy double bed was perfect. A decade later, we moved up to queen size. And now you want not just king size, but king size plus with that fakakta automatic remote Then when snoring gets rolling, you can raise the side of the bed up and soon blast me onto the floor. But who gets any sleep anyhow? With all those bathroom trips, I might as well sleep right on top of the toilet.
You used to be a real lover boy with your DA, pack of Luckies under your sleeve. You finally succumbed to the chrome dome. After all those years of the comb over, on a windy day, you would clock in at 7:10, followed by your hair at 7:14. And when we first met, you told me you were 5'10". Well, you must have shrunk a bit, because now, when I wear heels, I could eat peanuts off your head. And your pants are getting higher and higher by the year. Pretty soon, when you put a belt on, you may actually choke yourself.
No matter what, we still do a lot of things together, like couples bocce, couples canasta.
And it's so much fun sharing the same meds for our arthritis, high blood pressure, reflux.
And when my script is late, I can just jump into your stash.
And if your breasts get any bigger, we could even share the same bra.
And as they say, for better or worse, in sickness and in health,
we follow those rules, and we're still hanging
together.
Maestro. Put your head on.
Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're gonna go through it together. We may not go far, but sure as a star, wherever we are, it's together. Wherever I go, I know he goes. Wherever I go, I know she goes. No fits, no fights, no feuds, and no egos. Amigos, together, through thick and through thin, all out or all in, and whether it's wind, place, or show, with you for me and me for you, we'll muddle through whatever we do together, wherever we go.
What are we doing here?
Oh, come on. There are a few good men here.
Yes, I have plenty of good men in my life.
Oh, Anita.
Well, first I wake up each and every morning with willpower. Bless his soul. Then we're off to see John. Charlie horse comes mid-morning, and I spend the rest of the day with arthritis. And we go from joint to joint.
And you know, I bet you're very happy to get into bed with Ben. Gay. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not taking any chances. No. If you change your mind, I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. If you need me, let me know. Gonna be around. If you have no place to go when you're feeling down, when you're all alone, when the pretty birds have flown, honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. Gonna do my very best, it ain't no lie. If you put me to the test, if you let me try to
Take a chance on me.
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 We can go dancing, we can go walking, as long as we're together.
As long as we're together. Listen to some music,
Maybe just talking, get to know you better.
get to know you better.
Take a chance on me.
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 We can go dancing, we can go walking, as long as we're together.
As long as we're together.
Listen to some music, maybe just talking, get to know you better.
Get to know you better.
Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me.
Is this the little girl I carried? Is this the little boy at play? I don't remember growing older. When did they? When did she get to be a beauty? When did he grow to be so tall? Wasn't it yesterday when they were small? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly go the day. Seedlings turn overnight to sunflowers, blossoming even as we gaze. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the years, one season following another, laden with happiness and tears. Now what kind of wisdom can I give them? How can I help to ease their way? Now they must learn from one another, day by day. They look so pretty together under the canopy I see. Is there a canopy waiting for me? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the years, one season following another, laden with happiness and tears.
you're wearing when we go out tonight?
What's wrong with it? I think I look terrific.
You know, if your pants were any higher, you wouldn't need to wear a shirt. Your belt line slowly rising. Your belly is getting low. Your man boobs are enormous. Where did that six-pack go? It's a fright, oh, the worst time, where he can't get it up again. And an eternity to make a pee. He's not the stud he was back then. It's called aging, men. Happens to you, it's that age when your hair gets thin. You used to go out, have fun, always look your best. Now a lemon has more zest. It's aging, men. Caught up to you, changing men. Every specimen you used to look so mean, flat now where muscles had been. Bloody Mother Nature, look at what she's done to you. Now no younger women bat their eyes like they used to. Don't have a midlife crisis. It's one thing you can't defy, but if a person is true, they'll stick with you. You're still my favorite guy. It's aging, men. We still love you, so don't complain. We are all has-beens, men. Happens to you, it's aging, men. We are ancient.
Michael?
Blanca,
Is
that
real-
you?
Is it really you? It's been so
My
long.
God, it's been so long. What a coincidence.
I know. I can't believe it.
Well, now that we are together, alone, I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
I always had a crush on you.
Really?
Oh, yes, I never told you, but now I do. You know what? I always liked you. And to this day, Blanca, I still remember the wonderful time we spent together. We met at 9.
We met at 8.
I was on time.
No, you were late.
Oh, yes. I remember it well. We danced with friends.
We dined alone.
A tenor sang.
A baritone.
Oh, yes. I remember it well. That dust Friday moon.
There was none that night, and the month was June.
That's right, that's right.
It warms my heart to know that you remember still the way you do.
Oh, yes. I remember it well. How often I thought of that Friday
Monday
night when we had our last rendezvous.
And somehow I foolishly wondered if you might, by some chance, be
Thinking of it too. The carriage not right.
You walked me home.
You lost your glove.
It was a comb.
Oh, yes. I remember it well. That brilliant sky,
We had some rain
those Russian songs.
from sunny Spain.
Oh, yes, I remember it well. You wore a gown of gold.
I was all in blue.
Am I getting old?
Oh no, not you. How strong you were, how young and gay, a prince of love in every way.
Oh, yes, I remember it well. Oh, yes, I remember it well. Mwah.
You know, when I used to tell stories to my grandchildren, they're kind of tired of it. They say, you know, Grandpa, you got to come up with something new. So I looked around. I found a kind of a twisted Pig Latin version of an old classic, Cinderella. But this is called Rindicella, and this is what I read to the girls. Once upon a time, oh, and you have to listen carefully, because as they say, the language is a little bit twisted. Once upon a time, in a foreign country, there lived a beautiful girl, and her name was Rindicella. And she lived with her muggly other and 2 sugly isters. Also in this same foreign country, there lived a very pransome hince. And this pransome hince was going to have a fancy fall, and he'd invited people for miles around, especially the pitch people. Now, Rindicella's muggly other and her 2 sugly isters, they went to town to buy some drancy fesses for the fancy fall, but poor Rindicella, she couldn't go because all she had to wear were old nerdy dags. Finally, the night of the fancy ball arrived, and Rindicella couldn't go, so she just sat down and sighed. And she was sitting there sighing when all of a sudden there appeared before her her Gary Godmother, and she touched her with her magic wand, and Hick's coach appeared with Hick's white saucers to pull Cinderella to the fancy fall. And she said, Rindicella, be sure and you'll be home by midnight, or I will turn you into a tumpkin. Oh. When Rindicella arrived at the fancy fall, she met the pransome hince, and then she and the pransome hince, they danced all night, and they lulled and love. Oh, it was wonderful. Then all at once, the clock struck midnight, and Rindicella staced down the rails, and just as she beached the bottom, she tripped, and she slopped her dripper. Just a shame. The next day, the prancing hince went all over the corn country, looking for the beautiful girl who had slopped her dripper. He finally came to Rindicella's house, and he tried it on the muggly other, and it didn't it. Then he tried it on the 2 sugly isters, and it didn't it. And then he tried it on Rindicella, and it it. It was the sight rise. And so they were married, and they lived heavily after after. Now the story of the Maury is, if you go to a fancy fall and you want a pransome hince to loll and fub with you, don't forget to slop your dripper.
Good morning, yesterday. You wake up
and time has slipped away, and suddenly it's hard to find the memories you left behind. Remember, do you remember the laughter and the tears, the shadows of misty yesteryears, the good times and the bad you've seen, and all the others in between? Remember, do you remember the times of your life? Reach out for the joy and the sorrow. Put them away in your mind. For memories are times that you borrow to spend when you get to tomorrow. Here comes the setting sun. The seasons are passing one by one, so gather moments while you may collect the dreams you dreamed today. Remember, do you remember the times of your life? So gather moments while you may collect the dreams you dreamed today. Remember, will you remember the times of your life? Of your life, of your life. Do you remember, baby? Do you remember the times of your life? Do you remember, baby? Do you remember the times of your life?
Well, I recently had picked a new primary care doctor. So after a couple of office visits and many lab tests, he says to me, "I think you're doing fairly well for your age." Well, his comment concerned me. So I asked him directly, "Doc, do you think I'm going to live to be 80? So he asks me, he says, "Do you smoke tobacco, drink beer or wine?" I said, "No, I don't, and I'm not doing drugs either." He says, "Well, do you eat a lot of steak and barbecue ribs?" "Oh, no, Doc. My other doctor told me that eating red meat was unhealthy." "So do you spend a lot of time out in the sun, playing golf or riding your bicycle?" "No, I don't do that either." He asks me, "Do you gamble a lot? Do you drive fast cars? Do you get a lot of sex?" I said, "Absolutely not, Doc. I don't do any of those things." And he asked me, "Then why do you want to live to be 80?
So how great is it to be living here in the Greens, retired, and living the good life? I've come to realize that the key to retirement is staying alive.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud,
Well, I ain't 16, not a beauty queen. My eyes are sagging and my skin is bagging. And if that's the reason you don't love me, maybe that's not love. I ain't 20 either, and I don't care neither. My hair is gray, and I like it that way. If that's the reason you don't love me, maybe that's not love.
If you don't think I rock, then we ain't gonna roll. If you don't think I hung the moon, my heart just turned to cold.
If you want a younger model, I wish you well, sweet pea. 'Cause if you can't see what it is you got, you ain't getting me.
I got cellulite and aching feet. My thighs kinda jiggle when I kickle and I wiggle. And if that's the reason you don't love me, maybe that's not love.
When my tummy ain't tucked or lipo-sucked, I'm a little bit poochy, but still hoochie coochie. And if that's the reason you don't love me, maybe that's not love.
See, I'm no longer desperate, I'll only have a man. If he has the smarts to see how hot I still really am. If you want a younger model, I wish you well, sweet pea. 'Cause if you can't see what it is you got, you ain't getting me. Older ladies, older ladies, older ladies are divine. Older ladies, older ladies, older ladies, we're divine.
Gee, but I'd give the world to see that old gang of mine. I can't forget that old quartet that sang Sweet Adeline. Goodbye forever, oh fellows and gals. Goodbye forever, oh sweethearts and pals. God bless them, gee. But I'd give the world to see that old gang of mine. Heart of my heart, I love that melody. Heart of my heart brings back fond memories. When we were kids on the corner of the square, we were rough and ready guys, but oh how we could harmonize too. Heart of my heart, our friends were dearer then. Too bad we had to part. I know a tear will glisten. Once more I could listen to that gang that sang Heart of my heart, heart of my heart.
Now that I'm older, losing my hair, what else can go wrong? I can see my belly bulge like I am too. Everything is happening too. What more can I say? Life isn't pretty, fact is just shitty when you're 84. I'm always tired, give me a bed, I can't stay up past 9. TV just become another thing of the past. When I'm watching, I never last. Eyesight is blurry, fingers are numb, things you can't ignore. I is my password, it's really absurd when you're 84. When you're 84.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments. With lovers and friends, I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love them all. And of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love them all. In my life, I love them all.
I'm just You know, the Amazon Echo is an absolutely wonderful piece of equipment, but it's not always easy for people of a certain age to understand the technology. So Amazon has paired with AARP and now presents a new form of technology, the Amazon Echo Silver. It's super loud and will respond to any name even similar to Alexa. So you can ask it about the weather.
Allegra, what's the weather outside?
The temperature is 74 degrees and sunny.
Huh?
The temperature is 74 degrees and sunny.
Where?
Outside! The temperature is 74 degrees and sunny.
What about it?
You can even ask about the current scores in sports.
Alexandra. How many did Sandy Koufax strike out last night?
Sandy Koufax retired in 1966.
Yeah, but how many did he get?
Sandy Koufax retired.
What?
Sandy Koufax is 86 years old.
Who is?
Sandy Koufax.
I don't know about that.
You can even pair it with your smart devices like your thermostat.
Hey, Eliza, turn up the heat.
The room is already 100 degrees.
What are you trying to do, kill me?
You told me to turn the heat up.
Who did?
You did. You told me to turn the heat up.
I don't know about that.
You can even use it to find things that you've misplaced.
Amelia, where did I put my phone?
The phone is in your right hand.
What is?
The phone. You're holding it.
Who is?
You are. The phone is in your hand.
I don't know about that.
Does any of this sound familiar to anyone?
I'm Alexa, and go ask me anything.
Can you believe it? We're doing a show about aging, and they forgot to take their props off the stage. Is it just me, or is the theme to this show hitting home to you as well? When I first moved in, I was late middle age. Now, I don't want any association with the word late. It's a horrible word. Your whole entire life, you're early. Then one day, you're a little late. Then, boom, you're the late so-and-so. So all we can do is enjoy the here and now, while we're all still early-ish. Some more ish than others, but we do what we can to stay young. But it ain't easy. Helen Hayes once said, "You rest, you rust." So I decided to take the old girl's advice, and I joined the club. I bought new golf clubs, special outfits, matching hats. I even monogrammed my balls. And the first time out, I was so excited, I addressed the ball. "Hello, ball." Took my first swing, fractured my shoulder. So that was it for golfing. But I was undeterred. Clearly, I needed to do something a little less brutal than putting. So I decided to join one of those packs of women walking around the greens early in the morning, thinking they're getting a cardio workup. Eventually, I built up to jogging, which was great, except it made my vodka jump right out of my glass. Now, you know, even though we act young, we try to look young, maybe even feel young, society doesn't let us forget that we're not. Ever try entering your date of birth on your cell phone? And when you get to the year, you have to spin that son of a bitch like you're on Wheel of Fortune? And that's assuming you remembered the password to unlock the cell phone in the first place. Senior moments abound. Spend time running around the house looking for your glasses. They're on top of your head. You're watching television, your telephone rings, you pick up your TV remote. Hello? Better still, you're in the parking lot in the mall looking for your car. You can't find it. You're going up and down the aisles looking for your car. Oh my God, someone stole my car. You pull out your fob. You don't hear anything. And then the light bulb goes off. Oh, someone dropped me off. All around us are reminders of what's in store. I had lunch in the clubhouse the other day. There were two little old ladies with walkers in the elevator. And the doors kept on opening and closing and opening and closing. Each one was knocking each other out of the way to get to that button. It was like watching Ben-Hur during the chariot race. So finally I said to them, "Ladies, what seems to be the problem? Can I help you?" And one little old lady looked up at me and said, "Our aide dropped us off to go to the restaurant. And it's on 1, and we're hungry." And I said, "But you're on 1. The restaurant is right over there. Why did you get into the elevator?" The other little old lady said, "We don't know." She didn't know. She didn't know. Now I ask you, is this an age thing? Is it happening? Is it happening to me? And if it's happening to me, do I even know it? Oh, busted. Wait, wait. One last question. Does everybody here know where they are tonight?
You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A smile is just a smile. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say, "I love you." On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs, never out of date. Hearts filled with passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. That no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs, never out of date. Hearts filled with passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. That no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
Yesterday, when I was young, the taste of life was sweet as rain upon my tongue. I teased as life as if it were a foolish game. The way the evening breeze may tease a candle flame, the thousand dreams I dream, the splendid things I plan, I always build to last, and weak and shifting sand, I live by night and shine. the naked light of day, and only now I see how the years run away. Yesterday, when I was young, so many drinking songs were waiting to be sung. So many wayward pleasures they store for me, and so much pain my dazzled eyes refuse to see. I ran so fast that time, and youth at last ran out. I never stopped to think what life was all about. And every conversation I cannot recall concerns itself with me and nothing else at all. Yesterday, the moon was blue, and every crazy day brought something new to do. I used my magic age as if it were a wand. I never saw the ways and emptiness beyond. The game of love I play with arrogance and pride, and every flame I lit so quickly died. The maidens afraid of friends sometimes will run away, and only I am left on stage to end the play. There are so many songs in me that won't be sung. I feel the bitter taste of rain upon my tongue. The time has come for me to pay for yesterday, when I was young.
Dr. Goldfarb will see you girls soon. Bonnie, would you please fill out this questionnaire so that Dr. Goldfarb can know what kind of cosmetic procedures you want to have done?
I don't even know where to begin.
And what about you? What kind of a cosmetic procedure do you want to have done?
I'll tell you, I don't recognize this body anymore. If my boobs hung down any lower, I'd be able to get a mammogram and a pedicure at the same time.
Anita, follow me to Dr. Goldfarb.
Dr. Goldfarb, give me a lift. I need your scalpel if you're catching my drift. I'll take a full extreme makeover. Start with these jowls because I look like a rover. Dr. Goldfarb, I'm not alone. I'll throw a Botox party in my home. Don't pierce my navel or my tongue. Dr. Goldfarb, make me look young. Dr. Goldfarb, give me some lips. Feel free to suction the fat from my hips. I'm not afraid of a little seduction, but not without a little liposuction. Dr. Goldfarb, when I look hot, get me your partner, I like him a lot. You can even make him well hung. Dr. Goldfarb, make me look young. Dr. Goldfarb, don't call it quits without implanting a new set of tits. My derriere is starting to lay low. What would it cost to have an ass like J-Lo? Dr. Goldfarb, don't be afraid. I'll sell my condo so you can get paid. Or maybe I can come along. Dr. Goldfarb, make me, please, please make me. Dr. Goldfarb, make me look young.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to once you find them. I've been around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the memories that were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to once you find them. I've been around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual.
The moment that you speak, I wanna go and play hide and seek. I wanna go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon.
You and I are just like a couple of tots running across the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel like there are songs to be sung,
bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray,
I'm gonna feel the way I do today. 'Cause you make me feel so. You make me feel so. You make me feel so young.
my buddies.
Stand in the front, Lenny.
Lenny, you in the front, man. Come on, you're a singer. You're a singer, Lenny. I got him.
You okay?
Okay, we want to. Here we are. There are so many people to thank. We're going to, but we will keep it short. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Hold them to me. Dan, aw. Before we thank, of course, the thank you. Before we thank the cast, which unbelievable talent every year, right? Before we do that, certainly there are so many people, off stage that do so much for the show. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Greens Clubhouse, Tom Baird, Megan Dennehy, for all their support and having us here, which has been wonderful, and we really can't thank them enough. We also, back there is Ellis Koch, who's been video both nights, and we thank you so much, Ellis.
I want to also thank all the people in the front that gave out the tickets and the pamphlets tonight. That was Loretta and Gloria, my sister Connie, Phyllis, and also my ushers, my husband Dan and my brother-in-law Tom. So I want to thank you. Of course, we would be nothing without lighting and sound. So I want to thank so much Alex Dolan, who made us look wonderful with all the wonderful lighting that you have done. Thank you so much. And also Doug Rowan of SDE Productions, who has been doing this with us for more than a decade. And he makes us all sound wonderful. Thank you, Doug, so much. We love you. And right now I'm going to turn it over to Randy.
Okay, once again, I would like to thank Jane Rosen, who has been our guiding light for the past 13 years. Next, I would like to congratulate and bring forward, oh, here you are, Miss Debbie Guanatelli, who has been our assistant producer. She has kept us all in tow. Without her, we wouldn't be there on time. Next, I would like to thank Bonnie Gershon.
Lenny Basta for helping with our sets.
Also, I would like to thank Janet. And where is Jerry?
Jerry Berg.
Jerry, for all their help raising the Thank you so much.
And lastly, ta-da, the cast, which has been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And, oh, wait, my sister Jerry keeps running back and forth. My sister Jerry Diarco is our great stage manager also for many, many, many years, and we can't thank her enough.
And Michelle has given hours and hours of time and energy and her whole 6 months worth of her and her home and everything for us. And Randy, every day, every week, every month, everything.
Thank you. I'd like now to introduce, as everybody knows, that all the proceeds of this show is going to the Alzheimer's Association. And I would like to introduce Doug Davidson, who is the Chief Executive of the Alzheimer's Association for Long Island. And we would like to make this presentation to the Alzheimer's Foundation for $5,000. And we are so happy to do this. And we would like to, if you could say a couple of words about the foundation, we'd appreciate it.
Okay. The Alzheimer's Association, firstly, want to thank Michelle.
You know what? Just give me a mic, Jerry. She's going to get a mic. Sorry. Oh, thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Firstly, I just wanted to thank you, Michelle, and you, Randy, so much on behalf of the Alzheimer's Association. I also want to thank Shirley Tuckman for the introduction to the Greens. Quickly, because I know it's late, I mean, the show was wonderful, so thank you so much for that. What the Alzheimer's Association does is really, in a nutshell, we help people today and tomorrow. I can tell you that there's 6 million people in the country living with the disease, 410,000 in the state. Nobody cares. You care when it impacts your family. It's impacted my family. I've seen the heartbreak. What do? We're helping people today and tomorrow. If you hear one thing I say, please hear our telephone number. It's toll-free, 24 hours a day, master-level clinicians, 200 languages, Hurricane Sandy, COVID, you name it, we're there for you. 1-800-272-3900. Again, that's 1-800-272-3900. The website is alz.org. Locally in Long Island, throughout the country, we have community education, we have support groups, We have conferences, and all the information has been passed out. There'll be more when we close. But in addition, we're the leading nonprofit funder of research. We're behind only the United States and Chinese government in terms of our level of funding. And I will tell you, over the last decade or so, the funding to the NIH has gone from about $400 billion to $3.4 billion with a B, dollars. But this event tonight was so wonderful, and we're just so grateful to all of you for your support, and especially Randy and Michelle. Thank you so
Well, we
much.
thank all of you. We thank all of you for your support. And again, for all the effort of this wonderful cast put in all these hours, it's our pleasure to do this. We thank you so much for joining us this evening. Have a safe journey home.
Leaving on a southbound 12 noon track 11.